Hello, everyone. Welcome to Small Talk. I'm very pleased to welcome back to the show male art model Don McMann. What's going to happen is I'm going to turn off my camera and he's going to explain to you exactly what he's doing. So, Don, it's all yours.
Okay, thanks, Nancy, for having me back. This session, I wanted to go over just some really basic proportions. So, to get started, what I would recommend is just take your sheet of paper. This is 8.5 by 11. Hopefully, you're using a bigger one, but I made 10 inches with 2.5, 5, 7.5, and 10, and also 2.5 inches wide, so that's equal to a quarter, so you can proportion accordingly. And you can see I kind of sized up me. I'm not an artist, but hopefully you do a much better job than that. So we're going to do a front view like that, just straight on, then a side view, a back view, and a laying down one, all essentially two-dimensional, no foreshortening. So we keep it pretty simple for people to get started. So great for amateurs, people that have never tried. Boy, you can rewind the tape as many times as you want and keep going over it until you get it right, or just keep practicing. Okay, so now we're going to go over. So the quarter point is just at the bottom of my knee. Okay, the half point is at the pubic hair just above my penis, and at my hips, I'm just a hair under a quarter of me wide. And I'll go over these one more time because it'll seem fast. And this is just a little bit above my nipples. So that at the 3/4 point, I am a little wider than a quarter. So we're going to go for 5 minutes. And I love it that I've covered. Just hang on 1 second. Sorry about that. I covered my clock, so I can't see to do any time. Okay, looks like I'm back in the right spot. So, okay, we'll go. So we'll do these each for 5 minutes. Now, the beauty for you is you can rewind. Now, this gives you a good idea where my hands go. And you want to figure out where the armpits are. So basically at the 3/4 line. And you're off. And as I say, the beauty for you can go over this and view it 2 or 3 times. You do want to learn to be able to rough in proportions, in 10 minutes for a drawing, 5 minutes even for life drawing, because lots of poses are only 20 minutes long. So in order to have time to add value and all the other things you need to do, maybe backgrounds, chairs, maybe robes. So yeah, this is just absolutely the basic pose. This is how guys generally stand. Legs shoulder width apart, arms at your side. So you're really just sketching in a human form. You want to try a really difficult exercise, watch this for 2 minutes or all 5. Don't touch your paper. Just look at the model. Then close your eyes and draw the shape blind, like without looking, blindfolded or eyes closed. So when you can start getting the proportion and the shape of a body without looking, you're well on your way. And there will be periods of long silence, but just draw away. yeah, one of the nice things about this exercise, once you draw that grid, I'm the same height in all the first three poses. When I turn sideways, we'll go over the quarter mark. I guess we'll do it one more time. So let's just go over. Here's the first quarter, second quarter, and the width. Third quarter, and the width. I guess how wide my head is relative to that might help. I don't know. I wasn't thinking it would. And 2 more minutes.
So Don, do you ever get nervous?
Yeah, you bet. I don't think you'd be human if you didn't get nervous.
Remind people how long you've been doing this.
Yeah, 30 years. So tend not to be quite so nervous after a while. You show up, you never know who's going to be there. So you get over that. Well, if you don't, you need to quit doing it. So there's 1 more minute. Now on the next angles, of course, it's harder for me to show you exactly where the quarters are. I can hold the post, but you can look relative to, I'm going to go over them again and it'll help, I'm sure. Yeah, with no, doing this via the TV or YouTube, you can spend as long or as short a time, hit pause on your screen and draw away. So, okay, we're going to give you about 30 more seconds and we're going to go to pose number 2. Now, most of you won't be finished, but you can go watch the video 1 more time, 2 more times, and you'll find some poses you do a lot faster than others. Okay, we're going to change to sideways. So I'm trying to stay exactly at the same spot in the camera. Now you're going to have to go to the side on your drawing. But okay, so there's 1 quarter, 2 quarters, and 3 quarters. Gives you a good idea. Now from the side, I'm not very big this way. Depth ways, I guess I can butt maybe a little bit. Yeah, if you're going to be a model, you got to get over that. Gravity pulls, doesn't matter how heavy or light you are. Gravity's going to pull on you, whether you like it or not. So, again, 1 quarter. Maybe I'll turn just a hair so it helps. And the mid and the upper. Hopefully that's helping.
Have you ever been asked to pose in some position that you felt was unusual or uncomfortable?
Yeah, well, lots of uncomfortable. Unusual, crazy and twisted and not doable for me, yes. If you were 18, the problem isn't necessarily getting into the position. It's holding it. Okay, we're going to do 2 poses, so there'll be an hour and a half each, every half hour we'll take a break or so. Okay. Now, how about this pose? Yeah, I don't think so. Goes at 30 minutes each? Not a chance. I couldn't have done 1. Gotta keep track of the time a little bit too. Anyways, got 3 minutes left at least. So yeah, so there's some crazy ones, but
What about props? Have you ever been asked to use props?
Oh yeah, I use props. I use books and a glass to hold, and for this beginner one, I don't want to add anything for a degree of difficulty. This is try and figure out, get the arms, my hands to the right spot here, shoulders at the right spot relative to the 3/4 point. So just get some basic proportions so I look like a man. But yeah, I've used props and hats and, sat in the saddle and, all kinds of, well, some are pretty neat. Some are, I'm not sure about it, but I'm not the artist. Yeah, and sometimes people have asked them for certain things too, right? So. Our next pose is going to be from behind. So let's see where are we? So we got 2 more minutes.
Now, are you still the art model for the Red Deer College?
Oh, I haven't done that in a long time.
Okay. Are you still the host? You're still the host of Ladies Drawing Night?
Yeah, yeah. I know there used to be lots of long silences. I could have maybe turned on some real quiet music, but yeah, we'll get through it with no noise. Yeah, so if anybody has any questions, you can either, message me on Facebook or get a hold of Nancy and maybe she'll relay them.
Absolutely.
Or they can reach me at mailartmodel@yahoo.ca. I'm just a little nervous because the lighting in my house isn't that great, and I can see a hiking trail from where I'm standing. So, not necessarily ideal, but it's a distance and there is a light curtain in between, so I think I'm safe. I'd hate to get arrested for. Okay, so we're going to do one more pose. Just standing up, and then we're going to go to laying down. Sorry, I'm just stretching my knees a little bit. I should be able to get in the right spot here. Okay, and time. Okay, so we'll go 5 minutes here too. So again, this is going to be more difficult for me to do. So you can see where those marks are. And I'm going to hold this. So the 3/4 is there. The midpoint is there. Should be able to see the red tape a little bit on either side, so that gives you a good idea how wide my butt is. And there's the 1/4 point. So we want just below the knees there. Right about there should be the 1/4. And that might be a little more butt than you wanted to see, but yeah. If you're drawing a nude model, you just have to get over all that stuff. Okay, so we've probably got 4 more minutes. Nancy, can you see the tape and where the marks are easy enough?
Say that again, please.
Can you see the tape and where those are?
Yes. So have anybody ever contacted you about how they could be a nude model?
Yes. Yeah, I've had 2 or 3 different people. I had a young girl and I modeled with her a couple of times and then she carried on. And I've had a guy that got a hold of me and, what do you do? How do you do this? What do you, what's expected of you? That kind of thing. And, I also tell them, don't let them abuse you either. Hold that pose for 1 hour before you take a break. If you can't do it, don't do it. Like when it starts really hurting, you've got to break the pose. Now the next pose after this will be laying down. So it's going to take me a minute to rearrange the camera. So don't panic when you see blurs and not sure what you're looking at. just me reorganizing. So it's probably 2 more minutes.
3 actually, still.
3, okay. Oh, your timing, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now you have 2 minutes.
I mean, they can go over and over, so it's not crucial, but it's good for them, you know, it's good for anybody drawing, you know, 2 times through, you've had 10 minutes. You should have most of it done in 10 minutes. Like proportion-wise, you know, you're not going to have all the detail and value and all the stuff that you add as you go along, but you should have the rough proportions, shoulders, hips, you know, knees, bums, feet, you know, that should all be in place at that point, right? Like how far down does this go? My hand relative to my knee.
Two minutes left. No, sorry, 1 minute left.
And I did forget to say something about the front. I'll just quickly touch on when this is over before I move. I think a very common misconception, certainly was for me.
Do you ever get the same artist contacting you again and again?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that, you know, some artists just get comfortable, you know, you kind of see the world the same way. And so I think there's a comfort level that you get.
Okay, that's time.
So I just wanted to touch, you know, I always thought the belly button's about the middle, but you know, when you put this here, now everybody's going to vary an inch or 2, maybe 2, but 2 inches still leaves you a long ways from your belly button. So the belly button is not the middle for probably anybody. So, you know, make sure you size up and don't just draw what you think it should be, but draw what you see. And that's always a joke about, you know, the private parts and everything is you actually have to draw what you see. Don't draw somebody else's. Don't draw your own. Sorry, I'm gonna blur around for a second. As I said, as I get organized here, a little more difficult than people might think to get some of these things like. Yeah. Yeah. So for now, you just put your paper the other direction because I'll be laying down. But essentially, so there's good news for you. It's kind of dark there where my feet are. More lighted. I think beginner people need shadows and lights and a bunch of other stuff there. Okay, sorry, Nancy.
Okay.
Okay, so if you, I don't know what I did with my pole, but the 3/4 length should be the same on your, if you've got your marks on and you lay your paper sideways. So, you know, this is half, this is 3/4 to this nipple. This nipple's going to be, well, no, this one will be the 3/4, sorry. And this one won't be. So there's a little twist. So I've added just so you can quickly see just how it gets more complicated and fast. Okay. We'll give you 5 minutes at this. Yeah, I was thinking of keeping it just flat, but yeah, there might be somebody else that just wants to have a little more challenge.
On your ladies' drawing night, how many people do you usually have?
Well, anywhere from 3 to 33.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it depends. Like sometimes it's birthday parties and retirement parties, and sometimes it's just, a bunch of girls getting together.
Do any of them ever show you how they did it, or how they drew you, rather?
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I look at their drawings as they're going along. So yeah.
Oh, is that in person or online?
No, in person.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, no, I have not done that online. That's in person.
Okay.
I don't think it would be the same online. And those are always fundraisers, so that money goes to charity.
Okay.
Yeah. And you are timing, Nancy?
No. Yes, you started at, yeah, you started at 11:19, it's 11:21. Have you ever tried drawing at all?
Yeah, yeah. I've drawn 3 or 4 times. I'd say out of all that, there's one drawing that I actually thought turned out quite well. Generally, I either do the bottom half good or the top half good, but usually get out of sync somewhere.
You have 2 minutes left.
Yeah. Now, did you say this is airing December 8th?
This is gonna air
Oh,
this Friday. What's the date today? 27th, 28th, 29th.
oh, okay. And then we'll be back on December 8th,
December 11th. We'll be
December 11th. Okay. So in that session, we're going to add a whole bunch of foreshortening and make things difficult. So we'll go over, if your feet are closer, how much bigger do you have to draw them, and, a few of those things. So, of course, if you're a beginner today, you certainly won't be up to the challenge, but hey, keep practicing.
That's your time, 5 minutes.
That's it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you. And I don't think there's cut off. I don't think there was anything else that I was going to go over today. I think that was it. I hope everybody enjoyed themselves. And like I said, the beauty is you can go over and over.
Yeah, and just to the viewers, thank you very much for watching. And as Don said, he's going to be back on December 11th with the next episode or session, whatever you want to call it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, a little better if I'm actually standing there, so you could talk to me maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm back.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, this will be maybe one of the poses coming next time, and maybe something in the line of this. So you'll see that's like look how big my feet look relative to my body there, right? So we'll add some real challenges to it, Nancy.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Don. Thank you.
you.
Yeah, thank you everybody for watching the show. I really hope you continue to do so. So if you want to contact Don, he's on Facebook, but I also will include his email. So thanks everybody. Take care and peace out. Thanks, Don.
Thank you.
See you next time.
You bet. Thank you.